Hi, I'm Dédé Wilson. I'm going to show you how to make chunky milk chocolate cookies. Now these are a takeoff of the classic chocolate chip cookies, which of course typically have small semi-sweet chocolate morsels in them. But this cookie is going to feature big chunks of milk chocolate for all you milk chocolate lovers. So instead of buying milk chocolate chips, what you want to do is buy a bulk milk chocolate. So this is going to come in a big block and chunk it up into pieces. They don't have to be uniform. In fact, it's better if they are not. And you're just going to have various sizes because, of course, it's called chunky milk chocolate cookies, and the milk chocolate chunks are where it gets its name. So once you have your milk chocolate cut up into chunks, you can add nuts or not. I happen to really like pecans with milk chocolate, so I'm going to be using pecans in this recipe as well. And other than that, we start off very straightforward, like any chocolate chip cookie recipe. So this is how the milk chocolate comes, and this is what I mean by bulk chocolate instead of buying the chips. And milk chocolate is softer than semi-sweet chocolate, so it's actually fairly easy to cut with your knife. Just use a large chef's knife to cut pieces. And again, some of it is going to shatter, that's fine. You're going to end up with random sizes, which is absolutely fine. And that's it. So you're just going to chunk up your milk chocolate from a bulk bar. I have 1 stick of unsalted butter ready to go. It is soft at room temperature. Just gonna cream that around a little bit. Now I'm adding both white sugar and light brown sugar. Those both go in. And this is creaming butter and sugar. This is a technique that you're gonna find in many cookie recipes and even for many cake recipes. I'm gonna scrape down the bowl. I'm gonna add some vanilla. And I'm going to add our egg. Egg should be room temperature and it will incorporate that much more easily. So for these cookies, I have all-purpose flour, and I'm going to just whisk together the all-purpose flour, a little bit of baking soda, and a little bit of salt. Now, if you're making a cake, sometimes the recipe will suggest that you sift. That's because you need a really refined texture in a cake. But with cookies, I'm just going to combine the dry mix just like that. I'm going to add the flour. I'm going to add just about 1/3 of it. Mix it in. And so you can see that so far this is a very typical chocolate chip cookie recipe, filled with butter and brown sugar and vanilla. So the base of the cookie is going to have that classic flavor. I'm not going to mix in the flour all the way. I'm going to stop about there. Take out a little bit of the milk chocolate and a little bit of the pecans. You'll see why later. And now I'm going to add my nuts and chocolate as well as the pecans. And of course, the nuts are optional. And if you want to use walnuts, that's fine too. Just incorporate it just until it comes together. And you can see that there's a really good amount of chocolate in there. So these are going to be the ultimate milk chocolate chunk cookies. That's done. So the batter at this point, you could bake them right away. You could also refrigerate it overnight. And I'll show you what they're going to look like next up. I like my chocolate chip cookies to be a little chewy on the inside and a little crispy on the outside, and there's 2 ways to make that happen. First of all, you don't want to overbake them. They're done at 375 degrees, and you want to pull them while the center of the cookies are still fairly soft. And the other thing that's important is the proportion. These are obviously large cookies. These are 3 to 4 inch in diameter, but this is a great size for creating those different textures, for having it really chewy and softer in the center and then a little crispier on the edges. Now you see how the chocolate and the pecans are just bursting through the top of the cookies. That's because when I put them out on my baking sheet, I used those reserved pieces of chocolate and pecans, and I hand placed a few of them here and there, and that's why they look as bountiful as they do. It's an extra step, but it's easy if you've got little kids working with you in the kitchen. Their little hands are perfect for that task. And look at these. They're still warm, just Oh, awesome. Gorgeous. Really soft and chewy in the center. The milk chocolate is a really nice surprise. These are a great addition to your chocolate chip cookie repertoires. I've written a book, A Baker's Field Guide to Chocolate Chip Cookies, where you can find many recipes featuring milk, white, and dark chocolate. Thanks for watching. I'm Dédé Wilson, and you can visit me and find out this recipe and more at Bakepedia.com, the baker's resource.